Have you ever wondered why some people grow older while others simply grow softer, lighter, freer? Most people after 60 wake up to pain. Their knees ache, their backs tighten, their bodies feel like cages. Each morning begins not with gratitude, but with pills. Tiny promises of relief that never truly deliver. They move more slowly, sleep less, and worry more. Aging becomes something to fear, a slow surrender to discomfort and dependence. And yet, in the mountains and temples of Asia, old monks in their 80s and 90s rise before the sun. They sit cross-legged for hours, their spines straight, their eyes clear, their hearts unburdened. No medicine bottles, no complaints, only calm breath and quiet smiles. Their secret? It isn't youth, it's mastery. They've learned to live with their bodies instead of against them. Pain is inevitable, the Buddha said, but suffering is optional. The difference between a life of struggle and a life of ease isn't found in the muscles or the bones. It's found in the mind. Monks do not fight pain, they study it. They don't numb it, they listen to it. Over time, this relationship transforms their biology, rewires their nervous system, and allows their bodies to heal naturally. By the end of this video, you'll uncover 5 Buddhist habits that let these monks live pain-free without medicine, habits that restore not just the body, but the peace behind it. Because true health doesn't begin in a bottle, it begins in awareness. And it begins with how you listen to your own body. So before we talk about healing, let's look at how monks first learned to listen to their pain, their breath, and the messages their bodies whisper every day. 1. The body is a messenger, not a machine. The body doesn't break, it speaks. Most people spend their entire lives treating their bodies like enemies. When pain appears, they silence it with pills. When fatigue arrives, they drown it in caffeine. When the heart aches, they distract it with screens and noise. But monks, they bow. They bow even to discomfort. They know the body is not broken. It is simply speaking. In Buddhist teaching, the body is seen as the first teacher. Before sutras, before chants, before philosophy, there is breath, heartbeat, sensation. A monk learns to sit with what arises, even if it burns or aches, because in that moment, the body is telling the truth the mind refuses to hear. What if the ache in your back isn't weakness, but wisdom asking to be heard? There's an old Zen story about a monk who suffered from severe leg pain for years. He tried herbs, heat, and even fasting. Nothing worked. One day in meditation, he stopped trying to get rid of it. He simply breathed into the pain, whispering, "I see you." Something shifted. The pain softened, not because it was cured, but because the resistance around it dissolved. The monk later said, "The pain was never the problem. My rejection of it was." When you stop fighting your body, it stops fighting back. That's the essence of this wisdom. Pain is not a punishment, it's a message. The body speaks in whispers at first. A tight jaw, shallow breath, heavy shoulders. When ignored, the whispers become shouts. Disease, chronic fatigue, inflammation. But monks catch the whisper. They breathe into it, allowing space around sensation instead of fear. The body doesn't need to be controlled. It needs to be heard. In a world obsessed with control, this teaching feels radical. Most of us are trained to command our bodies. Work harder, sleep less, keep going. But the monastic way is the opposite. It's a dialogue, not a dictatorship. When the knee aches, the monk adjusts his posture. When the stomach tightens, he notices his thoughts. When the heart races, he returns to the breath. Every symptom becomes a teacher pointing toward imbalance. And every act of awareness becomes medicine. Aging monks understand something we forget. Healing begins with listening. The nervous system doesn't heal through willpower. It heals through safety. When you breathe with compassion toward pain instead of judging it, your body relaxes. The heart rate slows. Muscles unclench. Blood flow returns. The body stops bracing for battle and begins to repair itself. There's a practice you can try right now. Sit quietly, close your eyes, bring your attention to the part of your body that hurts or simply feels heavy. Don't fix it, don't name it. Just breathe into it as though you're sending it warmth. Whisper inwardly, "Thank you for showing me where I need to be gentle." Healing doesn't happen when the pain disappears. It begins when resistance does. Pain has always been the body's language of love, an invitation to return home. The monks understand this deeply. Their calm, their strength, their long lives free of pain aren't born from denial, but from devotion. They treat their bodies not as machines that wear out, but as gardens that need tending, patiently, lovingly, daily. And so, each day they listen, they breathe, they soften. And the body responds with the same kindness it has received. But listening alone is only the beginning. Once the monks understand the body's message, they learn to move, not from force or fear, but from wisdom. Let's see how mindful movement becomes their medicine. 2. Mindful movement, turning pain into flow. Movement heals what medicine cannot. Pain thrives in stagnation. When the body stops flowing, energy pools like still water, growing heavy, inflamed, and dull. Most people's pain begins not with injury, but with stillness born of fear, tension, and overthinking. The body becomes a prison of its own contractions. But monks, they move differently. In temples across Asia, even the oldest monks still sweep the courtyards, carry buckets of water, or walk barefoot along the same worn stone paths they have tended for decades. Their steps are deliberate, slow, and rhythmic, each one guided by the breath. To an outsider, it appears to be simple work, but in truth, every movement is meditation, every gesture a prayer. They don't move to burn calories, they move to burn karma. To the monks, movement is not an escape from stillness. It is stillness in motion. Their bodies glide, never fight. Muscles stay soft even in effort. The body follows the mind, a Zen master once said. And when the mind is still, the body moves without friction. This is why elder monks in their 80s and 90s can bend, lift, and walk without pain. Their bodies have never been forced into battle with their minds. Modern people, on the other hand, move fast but live stiffly. They rush to the gym, driven by guilt or vanity, yet their bodies resist because the mind resists. The muscles don't trust the movement. They're bracing against anxiety, not releasing it. When the mind is turbulent, the body mirrors the chaos. But monks show us another way. Move like water, soft, present, unhurried. Every step can be a massage for the soul. There's a story of an elder monk named Hakuin who once injured his leg. Villagers offered him herbs and ointments, but he simply smiled. "I will heal through sweeping," he said. Each morning, he swept the temple grounds in silence. His broom became an extension of his breath. Inhale, lift, exhale, release. Within weeks, his limp was gone. He said, "The pain dissolved into the dust I swept away." That's the secret behind their vitality. Movement done with awareness transforms pain into flow. When attention returns to the present moment, the body stops storing stress. The joints regain lubrication, the fascia loosens, and circulation improves naturally. They do not exercise in the modern sense. They harmonize. In Buddhism, this practice is known as kinhin, or walking meditation. Each step is synchronized with the breath. Every inhalation a step toward life. Every exhalation a step toward letting go. The pace is slow, sometimes painfully slow. But it's that very slowness that reawakens the connection. Feet rediscover the earth. Legs rediscover balance. The body rediscovers peace. Pain is not an obstacle to movement. It's an invitation to move differently. When monks feel discomfort, they don't freeze or avoid it. They breathe through it, adjusting posture until effort becomes ease. This act of tuning in, moment by moment, teaches their nervous system to trust life again. And trust is the foundation of all healing. So, what if movement could be your medicine? Not the rushed, punishing kind, but the sacred kind, where sweeping the floor, walking the garden, or washing the dishes becomes a dance between awareness and breath. Pain begins to lose its grip, not because it's defeated, but because it's understood. When you move like this, you stop aging from the inside out. Muscles stay supple, joints open, and energy circulates freely. You begin to feel light again, not because you've changed your body, but because you changed your relationship with it. Try this. The next time you walk, do it as if the earth were your teacher. Let your breath lead. Let your steps follow. Feel the rhythm. This is how the monks walk, not to arrive anywhere, but to return home to themselves. But even movement alone isn't the full secret. The body stays young only when the heart stays light, and that begins with mastering emotion. 3. Emotional release. The art of letting go. What you hold in your heart, you hold in your body. Most people believe pain begins in the body, but monks know it begins in the heart. Every unspoken anger, every buried grief, every silent disappointment settles somewhere under the skin. The shoulders carry old responsibilities. The jaw stores unsaid words. The stomach hides fears that were never voiced. Over time, these emotions harden into pain, the kind no medicine can touch. In monasteries, emotional release is not a luxury. It's part of survival. The monks don't repress what they feel, they transform it. Through stillness, through breath, through compassion. They understand that emotion is simply energy in motion, meant to move, not to stagnate. When you allow it to pass through awareness, it doesn't poison the body, it purifies it. Pain is often not what's happening, it's what you're still holding. There's a Zen parable that captures this truth perfectly. Two monks were walking beside a river when they met a woman who needed help crossing. One monk, without hesitation, lifted her onto his back, carried her across, and set her down safely. Hours later, the other monk burst out, "You shouldn't have touched that woman. It's against our vows." The first monk simply smiled and said, "I put her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" That is the essence of letting go. The monks don't live pain-free because life is kind to them. They live pain-free because they don't keep replaying it. They let experiences complete their cycle instead of looping them endlessly in thought. You can't heal what you refuse to release. Modern life teaches us to suppress. Smile when you're sad, work when you're exhausted, pretend when you're hurt. But suppressed emotion is stored emotion. It doesn't disappear. It hides in the tissues, waiting for silence to speak again. This is why monks devote time each day to quiet reflection. In the stillness of meditation, emotions rise like bubbles in water. Anger, grief, regret. They surface, shimmer, and burst into awareness. Nothing is rejected. Nothing is denied, only witnessed. Forgiveness, a monk once said, isn't about others. It's how we stop wounding ourselves. Anger tightens the chest. Resentment constricts the breath. Guilt freezes the spine. But forgiveness, true forgiveness, loosens it all. It's not forgetting, it's freeing. You stop fighting ghosts. You stop arguing with the past. The muscles soften because the heart no longer clenches. There's a saying among elder monks, a soft heart is the strongest back. Those who forgive don't become weak, they become weightless. Their bodies move freely because their hearts no longer drag chains of memory. When a monk bows, he's not just showing respect, he's releasing the ego's tight grip. Each bow says silently, I surrender what no longer serves. Every emotion you release gives life back to your body. Science has finally caught up with what monks have known for centuries. Emotional release directly impacts physical health. Chronic stress increases inflammation, weakens immunity, and accelerates aging. Meanwhile, emotions like gratitude and compassion trigger healing hormones, lowering blood pressure, easing muscle tension, and even regenerating cells. But monks don't need data to prove it. They feel it. When they chant, they're not just reciting words. They're vibrating old pain out of the body. When they breathe deeply, they're sending forgiveness into every cell. When they walk slowly under the morning sun, they're teaching the body that peace is safe again. Letting go doesn't mean you stop caring. It means you stop caring. It's not detachment, it's clarity. You still remember what happened, but without letting it live rent-free in your body. So tonight, before you sleep, take one breath for everything you're ready to release. The argument, the regret, the guilt. Say softly, I let this go. And notice how your body exhales with relief, as if it's been waiting years for your permission. Because once the heart becomes light again, the next medicine reveals itself naturally, the one that sustains all monks through age and change, the power of the breath. 4. Breath as medicine, the natural painkiller. Every exhale is a dose of peace. When the mind races, the breath shortens. When fear tightens the chest, the lungs forget their rhythm. Most people live on survival breath, shallow, rapid, unconscious. It keeps the body alive but never nourishes it. The monks understand something the modern world has forgotten. The breath is not just air, it's energy. Each inhale brings life in. Each exhale releases suffering. In the monasteries, breath is medicine. Monks breathe deliberately, slow, long, and rhythmic. They treat each breath as sacred, as if drawing directly from the source of life itself. It's no coincidence that they age gracefully, rarely suffering from chronic pain or fatigue. Their secret isn't a hidden herb or secret chant. It's the mastery of the simplest act, breathing. Your breath can be your painkiller if you remember how to use it. There's a famous Zen metaphor. The breath is the bridge between the body and the mind. When the breath is turbulent, the bridge trembles. When the breath steadies, the bridge holds. That's why, in meditation halls, you'll see monks breathing with full presence, shoulders soft, faces calm. They know that the mind cannot heal the body without first calming the breath. Before you can quiet your thoughts, you must quiet your breathing. One elder monk, nearly 90, once shared his story of healing. He had chronic pain in his knees from decades of sitting cross-legged in meditation. Yet he never complained. When asked if the pain bothered him, he smiled. Only when I forget to breathe. He explained that when he felt pain arise, he would not resist it. Instead, he breathed through it, long inhales to welcome it, soft exhales to release it. Over time, the pain lost its edge. The pain stopped screaming, he said, because I stopped arguing with it. This is the heart of the practice. Pain is not the enemy, resistance is. Every time we fight discomfort, we tighten muscles, flood the body with stress hormones, and choke oxygen flow. This creates a cycle of tension that magnifies suffering. But monks reverse this pattern through the art of conscious breathing. By slowing the breath, they signal safety to the nervous system. The body responds instantly, releasing endorphins, improving blood circulation, and reducing inflammation. In scientific terms, their breath literally changes their chemistry. Try the same breath monks often use. Inhale gently for 4 counts, hold for 2, exhale for 6. Inhale, receive. Hold, acknowledge. Exhale, let go. Do this for a minute and you'll feel it. The shoulders dropping, the pulse slowing, the storm within beginning to settle. Peace isn't found in a pill, it's hidden in your next exhale. Modern medicine often overlooks this truth because it can't be bottled or patented, but monks have practiced it for centuries. They know that the breath is both a mirror and a cure. It reflects the state of your mind, and it can transform it. When the breath is smooth, the mind follows. When the breath deepens, pain dissolves. In Buddhist temples, you'll often hear a soft sound, monks chanting in unison. Beneath the melody lies the breath itself, perfectly synchronized. Their lungs move as one wave, their hearts aligning in rhythm. This is not just ritual, it's physiological harmony. Breathing together amplifies healing energy. It unites the group into one heartbeat. And here's the profound truth. Breathing well is an act of self-compassion. Most people breathe like they're rushing to survive. Monks breathe like they're grateful to exist. That single difference changes everything, because every long, mindful exhale tells the body, you're safe now. And when the body feels safe, it heals. When you start to breathe this way, even for a few minutes a day, you're not just managing pain, you're rewiring how your body responds to it. Breath becomes your most loyal healer, always present, always free, always waiting. So tonight, before you reach for another pill or rub another ache, pause, place a hand on your chest, feel the air enter and leave. Whisper to yourself, each breath is medicine. I am healing right now. But even the breath, as powerful as it is, needs something more to sustain its magic, the inner state that gives it direction. Gratitude. 5. Gratitude and simplicity, the inner elixir. A grateful heart feels no pain. In Buddhist monasteries, gratitude is not an occasional prayer. It's the heartbeat of daily life. Every act, no matter how small, begins and ends with thanks. When monks rise before dawn, they bow, not to a god, but to existence itself. When they eat, they bless the food, not for luxury, but for the miracle of nourishment. Even when they rest or sweep the temple floors, gratitude flows like breath, steady, constant, alive. Gratitude doesn't erase pain, it transforms your relationship with it. To the monks, gratitude is medicine that rewires perception. It doesn't deny discomfort or aging, it redeems them. The body may ache, but the mind bows to the lesson within the ache. An elderly monk once said, I bless my knees every night for teaching me humility. He had lived through decades of rigorous training, long hours of sitting meditation, and countless days of kneeling before the altar. His joints creak like old bamboo. Yet every evening, he would press his palms together, whisper, thank you for carrying me today. He did not ask for the pain to go away. He thanked it for staying with him through every step, every bow, every dawn. And each morning, he woke lighter, as if gratitude had massaged away the stiffness of age. He was not pain-free because his body was young. He was pain-free because his heart was unburdened. Gratitude changes pain from punishment into prayer. In Buddhism, gratitude is more than an emotion. It's an alignment. It shifts the frequency of the mind and the chemistry of the body. When gratitude is present, the body relaxes, the breath deepens, the heart rate steadies. It's as if every cell exhales. Science calls this the parasympathetic response. Monks call it peace. They understand a truth that modern people often overlook. Your perception shapes your biology. When you see life as a struggle, the body tenses for battle. When you see it as a gift, the body opens to receive. Gratitude becomes the bridge between thought and health. You cannot be grateful and fearful at the same time. The human nervous system cannot hold gratitude and anxiety together. One dissolves the other. That's why monks spend their lives simplifying, not out of deprivation, but liberation. Few possessions, simple food, quiet surroundings. These are not sacrifices. They are strategies for inner harmony. Every item removed from the room is one less distraction from the sacredness of now. Every unnecessary word withheld is one more moment of inner stillness. Their simplicity is not poverty, it's richness and clarity. In the West, people chase abundance through accumulation. In the monastery, abundance is found through appreciation. When a monk eats a single bowl of rice, he sees the rain, the soil, the sun, the hands that planted it, the universe that sustained it. To him, that one bowl contains everything. Gratitude makes even one breath feel like a feast. The simplicity of their lifestyle keeps the body light and the spirit clean. No excess means no overburdening the organs, no cluttered mind drowning in stimulation. This quiet living creates space for gratitude to flow effortlessly, and in that flow, tension fades, inflammation decreases, and the body remembers balance. There's a subtle truth the monks embody. Gratitude slows aging, not metaphorically, energetically. When the mind stops fighting life, the body stops burning energy in defense. The nervous system finally trusts its environment, allowing natural repair to begin. Wrinkles soften because the face relaxes. The spine straightens because the heart no longer bears invisible weight. Every thank you is a signal to your cells that it's safe to heal. And perhaps the most beautiful part of this wisdom is that gratitude doesn't require effort. You don't have to wait for something big to feel thankful. The monks remind us that gratitude is already available in this breath, this meal, this quiet moment where you're alive. So tonight, before you sleep, try their way. Sit still. Take one breath. Whisper, thank you. Thank you, breath, for staying, your heart for beating, your body for carrying you through every mistake and every miracle. Feel how your chest softens, not because life changed, but because your gaze did. The monks grow old like candles, burning gently, glowing quietly, leaving warmth long after the flame fades. Gratitude is their wax, simplicity is their wick. Together they sustain a light that never truly dies. Pain never owned them, because they never called it mine. That is the quiet secret of the old monks. They never claimed pain as identity. They never said, I am hurting. They simply said, pain is visiting. And like every visitor, it comes, it stays for a while, and then it leaves. Most people spend their lives fighting pain, tightening the body, fearing every new ache, resenting the years that pass. But the monks show us another way. They don't fight the body, they befriend it. They don't deny discomfort, they breathe into it. They don't chase youth, they cultivate peace. And that peace becomes their youth. They sit through cold mornings, aching knees, and long hours of stillness, and yet they smile. Because they understand that aging is not decay, it's a transformation. The skin may wrinkle, but awareness deepens. The bones may weaken, but compassion strengthens. Every breath, every moment is a chance to practice softness. The body changes, but suffering is optional. This is the essence of their ageless peace. Acceptance doesn't mean giving up. It means finally resting from the war against what is. When you breathe gently, forgive fully, and live simply, the body starts to follow the mind's example. The tension fades. The pain loses its authority. You too can live this way. You don't need a monastery. Just a few sacred moments each day to breathe, to release, to listen. Ask yourself, which of these monk habits will I begin today? Morning stillness, mindful eating, forgiving the past, or simply thanking your body before sleep? Share your chosen habit below. Pass this message to someone tired of hurting. And remember, peace is not found, it's practiced. May your breath be smooth, your body light, your mind unburdened, and your pain transformed into peace.